Okay. Here we go. Oh. Hold on, guys. I got the wrong controller plugged in. Okay. There we go. All right. That should be set up. Yep. Man, I have so many things starting to expire. Holy cow. Yo, Zemo, you made it in first. Congrats, man. Hey, welcome in, Beefcake. Alright, I'm just gonna do these really quick. Mutant and what was it? Science? Yeah. Hope you guys are doing good. Yo, Charles, what's up, man? Happy Monday, you guys. I can't remember. Is it Weak Spot? Is that the one? Yeah, sure. That's fine. It's gonna be a little bit of a chill day. Again. Until we start getting like tons of like good juicy content again, at least. Need to make the chat bigger. There we go. Yo, Beguile, what's up? How you doing? Welcome in. I'm just doing our solo raids right now, and then we're gonna hop into arena. Nothing too crazy today. Gotta warm up, you know? Oh, I know, Walrus. I know. You know, like they're winning, but at what cost kind of deal, you know? I am pretty bummed about it. I mean, if you're the Dolphins now, like surely you shift into tank mode. Like no contest. To be fair though, Miami's got some pretty decent offensive weapons. Oh, what? Accidentally a special 3? But yeah, dude, it looks like his leg is dead. You kind of gotta wonder too, like, is he ever gonna be the same? If he even does come back. It's alright. As long as they win this game, I'll be okay. They can lose the rest of the year. Heck yeah, Charles. That's what I love to see. Do you have plans on which path? Waddle looking good? Yeah, that's good. The thing with Waddle is, like, and I don't know how many Dolphins games, like, you've watched in the past, or if you're an avid, like, fantasy football player, Walrus. But Jalen Waddle is really good at getting injured, too. So, the outlook's not the best right now, I'd say. I mean, once they went 0-3, they were pretty much eliminated from the playoffs anyway. But hey, I have Waddle on my fantasy team, so hopefully he doesn't get injured. And he can be like that alpha, you know? It's hard to be excited about this game because, like, yeah, they're winning, but they're also playing the 0-3 Jets, you know what I mean? Probably either going to do one of the skill cosmic paths or the last science tech path. Well, best of luck. It's mutant I need to do next, I believe. I feel like using North Star. I know it's suboptimal, but we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, yeah, he's not, dude. Tua is so bad. He's been playing okay tonight, but he's been throwing to pretty wide open receivers most of the time. I've noticed. He's like an okay quarterback. I just wish they wouldn't have paid him what they decided to pay him. You're gonna bring Spider-Man? Heck yeah, dude. Ironheart should, like, Ironheart pretty much does that whole path. Honestly, that one should be pretty light on the revives, I think. Yeah, it's kind of like a dual-edged sword, Walrus. Like, Tyreek was also already starting to get allegations that, like, his speed wasn't what it used to be. And it's hard to imagine coming back from an injury like that, he would ever be as fast enough to warrant, like, rostering him, you know? Because, like, he's not a tall guy. He's kind of tiny. He's just really fast. Yo, Lee Boyce, what's up? Yeah, the Nebula path. I think the Nebula path is probably easier there. Yeah, right. That's kind of why I think, like, that's probably the best path for you to take. Oh, rip me. Ironheart does, yeah. Oh, I'm dead. I was trying to read chat and then, oh well. Things happened. I'm gonna use the revive. I know that's like a hot take, but like, I have one expiring in like an hour. I'll just actually like watch the game I'm playing right now. Who almost had a major concussion. What else is new? Tua is probably gonna... He probably did get concussed. And he's gonna throw a pick now. As is tradition. Dude, Northstar, when he kind of gets going, you know? That's pretty good damage. Alright, there's the solo raids done. Alright, guys, let's get those likes on the stream rolling in early, by the way. Try and get that number up above 20 today, if we can. Okay. I need to make some rank up soon, guys. I'm starting to get like maxed out on some mats. Okay. Again, we have the Mr. Knight Arena, which is like got the dopest picture ever. I will say, man, I hope they at least. That's all I care about. Devon H-in the end zone, huh? You'll be doing the cheese? Excellent choice. Ten out of 10 recommend. I mean, you know that. I can't, like, Charles, so how many paths total do you need? Haven't you only done, like, the one initial clear? You just want to be done? Dude, that's how I felt about that entire quest. I just wanted it to be over. I enjoyed it, but like, it's kind of like, once I set my mind to doing something, I get very obsessive over it in a way, to the point where I just want to get it done, you know? Like, if I'm ever, like, if I ever have my mission set, like if I ever, like, let's say, want to vacuum the house, for an example, and then like something else happens that might demand my attention or like get in my way of doing that thing that I've already set out to do, it like makes me legitimately mad, which is kind of weird. But like, dude, I just got to get it done, you know? Like Epoch felt that way. I would have probably tried to do it all in one stream if I had the revives, but that would have taken so many. Man, Rintra just absolutely dominating Omega Sentinel. You felt the same way with 9.3? Yeah, you just gotta get it done. Then then you just don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's just, you can kick your feet up and relax, you know? And then like the last Elders quest, this last go around after they re-released it, I wasn't planning on doing that like in one stream basically, and I did. You just get laser focused in on it, man, and you just gotta finish it, you know? I know a lot of people that have like ADHD and stuff like to call that the hyper focusing, which maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, hey, it's like a blessing and a curse. It can be really nice sometimes, like just giving you like insane drive to do things, you know? But I feel like more often than not it just like gets in the way of things. At least for me. You found yourself playing a lot less since the EQ change and switched to daily quests? Yeah, I kind of wonder if, like, I would be doing the same thing, Walrus. Like, I play daily because I stream it, but, like, if I were to, like, really step back and think for a minute, I don't know if I would if I was just, like, normal, everyday playing, you know? Like, I wasn't trying to be a streamer. I don't really know why. It's not like I would ever usually do the lower quest, like event quest difficulties. I said it before, but man, I wish they could release like a new story quest or like a new act quest every month, man. I love their story quest content. Not event quest content, story quest. The daily change, I will say the daily quest is fire. And I've said it before too, like I just barely said, there were a lot of times I didn't do like the lowest difficulty event quest. And so the fact that they moved those into the daily quest is just like a net positive for me. Because like there were a lot of months I just wouldn't do the quest anyway. I couldn't be bothered to do it, but now I'm going to get those units no matter what, which is really nice. The revives are nice too. Maybe don't have to bother with Apothecary anymore. Not a Battlegrounds guy, so story and Everest content. That's not Necro style is your favorite. But yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Walrus. I don't like I don't know. Battlegrounds was fun when it first released. But now it just feels like at least for me, I just get kind of tired of fighting people that one clearly spend money on the game, and I feel like I just have a disadvantage. I can't really like negate because occasionally, like, if they have better champions, they have better champions. You can play as good as you want and you'll still lose, unfortunately. But yeah, also, like, I don't know, I just get tired of fighting the same defenders all the time. I still would like to do Necropolis at some point. I just don't know when I would do it. Because, like, my nighttime... I guess I could break it up, but for something like that, I feel like I would want to do, like... I don't know, maybe like an all-day kind of stream. I think that could be cool. Well, you can win in the matchups where it does come down to skill, but I've had plenty where I've played perfect and still lost. I don't think you listened to the point I was making. But, I mean, you've been in the stream many of time. I've said, like, you might as... Like, it's worth it to play those matches out anyway, because... I mean, that's, like, only if that other person plays perfect. You can still beat people with bigger accounts. Dude, I'd like a 7-star hood. I'm surprised that he is not on my roster yet. Dude, autocorrect is a menace, emo. I go back and forth between, like, disabling it and leaving it turned on. Oh, I win streak, actually. Maybe I'll just, like, turn off autocorrect. Autocorrect is making everybody more stupider. Mr. Dark, what's up? You're the Texans fan. Gotcha. Well, appreciate you swinging by the stream. You're not the only one making that decision. Did you just get burned out on the game, or you just, I don't know, what was your reason for retiring, if you don't mind me asking? As somebody who has quote-unquote retired many a time. And Beast? What? Well, okay. Aw, bro. Your spelling is in the... Hey, that's not a bad... I mean, it's not a bad thing to leave on. I think like I have autocorrect turned on right now, but the more I think about it, the more I think it's probably gonna hurt me in the long run, dude. I feel like there's some words I get really lazy with, and I just let autocorrect finish it for me. As I get older and older, I'm gonna need to flex my brain muscle a little more and more, you know? Oh, yeah, okay, I got you. Superior, got you. Well, I can't blame you, man. I hope you continue to swing by the stream, though, man. Talk football and stuff. But yeah, dude, it is a hard time. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would have gone a long way if maybe after the Spider-Woman change was so negatively received, they would have made a statement coming out saying they were going to revert it. But I really don't know. I just think it's costing him too much. She's too good on offense. I wonder if they regret not nerfing Serpent, honestly. Yes, dude. I'm glad I got you locked in because of the football, man. Besides, watching someone play MCOC is just like solid background content, you know? Also, I forgot to like make my camera a little bit smaller when I was recording my last video. That might be too small, but I don't know. Good enough. I do think like the fate of this game hangs in the balance of like the decisions that they make in the next year or so. I mean, maybe that's like an obvious statement to make. You can make that argument for any game. But I feel like MCOC more than most is probably teetering a little bit closer to the edge than people would think. Like, I think they're making a ton of money right now, but I don't know. It's just like the general feeling that I get. And I know this is based completely off of vibes and vibes alone. Is that I think there's a large amount of people that are just waiting for the, like, the last straw, you know? They're waiting for the, like, critical mass, and then there's just gonna be a bunch of people that leave the game. It kind of feels like this game has, like, Stockholm Syndrome to a lot of people. Or there's just a lot of people with, like, sunk cost fallacy. And I think eventually there's going to be a point where people just stop being, like, disillusioned if they keep making stupid choices, you know? I have no plans to leave anytime soon. At the very least, I'm sticking out till Banquet. Y'all know that. If Dracula has an evade in his Mystic kit, the game will explode. Oh, dude, I know, right? Everyone will be like, coincidence, really? You're nerfing Ensnare? Or you're nerfing Spider-Woman? And then turning around and releasing an evade champion? If I could maybe see like a mechanic similar to Morbius's like Psionic Glide, at least. Or like maybe he can enter some like bat form that like makes him intangible or something, I don't know. I haven't really like broken down that video or analyzed it. Actually, I haven't even really watched it. I just kind of like saw it on Twitter and then sent it in the Discord so that everyone else could see it. And I haven't really given it too much thought since. It will be cool though. I think Dracula will be a really fun character to add. Hopefully he's good. And then hopefully he also has like a super crazy OP synergy with Morbius. So that Morbius can be even better. And Blade. That would be a good synergy too. Blade. I will say the like Franken Punisher, I think is what it was, right? That was not expected at all. I really did think it would be a like zombie related champion. Just because of the like weird gifting thing happening right now. Marvel Zombies happening right now. That was kind of a move. Looking forward to using Blade again. Dude, you could always use Blade though. You could use Blade right now. Surprised we haven't seen either one of our mods pop in yet today, guys. Dude, when we finally have maxed out 7 stars, I wonder how much damage Medusa will do with a crit. Bastion or Fantman? Probably future Ant-Man. I like Bastion more, personally, though. And like you also can't really go wrong ranking up either one. But given the fact that I will never have Fantman for like almost another year, I'm gonna say Bastion. Just final answer. Who do I like more? I like Sentinel more. But like, I think I'm pretty biased on that one. I don't think I can be objective on that decision. If I were to objectively rate the two, though, I don't really know. I'm not above admitting my personal bias, you know. He's not too shabby, no. Especially if you have him like high sig as well. He can really shine. I like his easy access to heal block. Shock, incinerate. Having a free heal as well once per quest is really nice. Especially if you're like doing gauntlet style stuff. Because then you only need to use him once, so you might as well get yourself a full heal, you know? You're debating on giving him a generic awakening gem and taking him to rank 4? Walrus, if that's a champion you like, I endorse it. generics, like, I finally got to the point where I was like, look, I could have this just like sit in my inventory forever, looking for a better place to use it. Or I could use it right now and get value, you know what I mean? So it's completely up to you. Yeah, I thought I thought I would use Ironheart a lot more than I actually have. But I feel like I use Bastion and Sentinel more frequently than I use Ironheart. Not that she's bad or anything, I just feel like I never need much of a reason to use her. Like, usually I have other champions that do whatever I would need Ironheart for. Poisonally. Oh my gosh. Yuck on the Sentinel? Nah. I have zero regrets for awakening my Sentinel. Do I think he needs Maxig? I don't think so. It wouldn't hurt, though. But I think you're alright where you're at. I mean, mine's definitely not Sig 200, if that answers your question. Do I want him to be, though? Yeah, I do. Because I really like the champion. And special to go Burr, you know? I wonder how the Thunderbolts movie would have gone if they kept her look, Yelena's look, with the, like, the weird night vision goggles. I think that was, like, originally their plan, by the way. I think that's why in the game she has the, like, the night vision goggles she does. Did I gem Sentinel? I did. I did. I decided that there was nobody on my roster I really cared to awaken more than him. And there's a pretty good chance, I don't know, that, like, I either get another one during Banquet, or I just, like, get enough class awakening gems that I wouldn't really care for a generic. Like, I already have a mutant and a science one just, like, sitting there. So yeah, I just decided to awaken Sentinel because he was, like, my favorite champion of my unawakened characters, I guess. And then I don't know what sig I got him up to. He's like fairly high, I think. Yeah. And then you might as well go for max sig too if you're gonna take him to rank 4. Just because like prestige, you know. That was also part of my like calculus that went into everything. Is I have very few rank 4s, so getting the max value out of them is optimal. Right? So I put some sigs into him. Juggy poo. But I did notice a difference, like, straight off the rip. There were a lot of, like, fights that I noticed, like, where the increased debuff duration was really coming in handy. You just took Chieelth to rank 4? Dude, yeah, Chieelth is a beast, man. I don't think Chieelth gets, like, the respect she deserves. Nefaria is max sig, yes, Charles. Yep, Nefaria is max sig, Serpent is max sig, and then I think that's it. As far as my max sig 7 stars. And like Serpent, I mean, I'm pretty sure I put some 6 stones into him, but dude, most of it is natural. Oh. I think next up, maxing, I want to get Venom. I could do High Evolutionary too. That wouldn't be an awful decision. If Serpent's max sig, will I take him to rank 4? I have thought about it. I think, like, now that I have, like, one champion in every class, I feel a lot more free to, like, rank up whoever I want. And I think it would just be a good idea to rank up Serpent because he's just so relevant. Spidey, what up, man? Did you see that gruesome Tyreek Hill injury? Freaking brutal, dude. But welcome in. We now have a mod. Heck yeah. Yo, Mystic, how you doing? Also, why did Storm have a passive stun right there? Was that a synergy or is that in her kit? You just woke up like 3 minutes ago? Okay, well, you gotta look it up. Tyreek Hill is cooked for the rest of the season, for sure. But hey, the Dolphins are winning. So there's that. Heck yeah, Mexico City. Puebla. Well, welcome in. Thank you. Glad you're here, Mystic. Oh, I didn't even know Venom was like on the... I haven't even looked at where all my champions rank on the prestige ladder. When am I joining your alliance? No plans too soon, Mystic. I'm pretty content with where I'm at the time being. Oh, it's in her kit? I had no clue. I thought Storm was still just kind of basic, but just had big prowess damage. Is his leg supposed to look that way? No. Nope. No, it is not. Now, they carted him off. He actually is at the hospital now, from what I've been hearing. Oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that of him in a wheelchair. Venom is terrible for prestige. Rip. Do you think he's gonna play ever again? Dude, I've probably not for Miami. See, like, here's the thing about that, and I was kind of talking about it earlier in the stream, Spidey, is that, like, he was already, like, there were already people pegging him as having, like, you know, being kind of washed, you know? And first of all, I don't think that was the case at all. He was still really fast. Like, you could see that if you were watching the current game going on. But dude, nobody is the same after an injury like that. And obviously we'll have to wait and see exactly what the injury is, but it doesn't look good. Just like from an optics perspective of things. Aw, bro, I thought I dexed that. I'm upset. So I don't know, man. It's going to depend on what the actual injury is. I don't know if anything has been released quite yet. Also, Charles, that is a little bit disheartening to see the Venom is that low. But hey, at least he's not Juggernaut low. No, that's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh, it's not. Never mind, clutch. Yeah, I could see a team like in desperate need of a wide receiver chart, like signing him, but I don't think anyone will sign him and like give him the money he would want or need to pay his baby mamas. Oh crap. Mystic Dispersion, potentially? Yeah. Methinks. Yeah. Venom has lower prestige than Juggernaut? Hmm. Vernerm. Serpiente. Well, I guess it's time to like even further push my prestigious stupid agenda. Stay away from me. You bag of bugs. Is that enough? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, you're dead. You're dead. Just gonna burn to death. Dude, we are crushing this arena, by the way. Absolutely cruising right now. Yeah, dude, that makes it even worse. Is like they haven't always really had prestige that in mind, because they only had like people worry about like the top 5 prestige, and then to like completely like retool their game to like change priorities. So annoying. And it really stinks for a lot of older champions with low prestige. Yeah, I didn't expect a Tyreek Hill injury either, Spidey. I was like just about to turn the game on too, and my friend texted me. He's like, bro, Tyreek Hill is like just broke his leg. And I'm like, oh great, here we go. You know what? I would rather Tyreek Hill break his leg than Devon Achan though. So at least there's that. Of course I say that, and Achan just fumbled. You're pulling up 170? Oh my gosh, dude. Your team is probably stacked. Who'd you have? Like Omarion, Hampton, George Pickens, Devon A. Chan. My teams have done okay. I'm gonna win like... I'm in 3 leagues, like one of my 3 leagues. Unless like Jalen Waddle gets like a random touchdown. Then I have a chance, but I don't think that'll happen. Check Discord? Okay, I'll take a look at that after this. Just give me a minute. Oh, you probably sent me a screenshot of your team, huh? Is that what you sent me? I bet it is. Yep. Oh, you do have HN. Oh, dude, Bucky Irving went in for an MRI today, I saw. He's on my team too. And Justin Jefferson. Oh, you have Puka Nakua. Quentin Johnston has turned into an absolute stud too. And you have Josh Allen. Dude, that team is gross. That's really good. I don't know how you ended up with Puka Nakua and Justin Jefferson. And Devon A. Chan and Josh Allen. Are you in like a 6-man league or something? There's no way. Or you're just playing with people who don't know ball. That's crazy, dude. Should have had the 2 Venoms fight each other. Oh, that would have been a good idea. I didn't even think about it. I'm just in like turn the brain off mode and play Arena, you know? I'm not even thinking about matchups, which is probably less than ideal, but whatever. Come on, give me a Jalen Waddle touchdown, please. Gosh dang it. It's 8? You auto-drafted? Dude, that's like one of the world's best auto-drafts ever, man. I don't know why I even bother sometimes with doing any sort of like fantasy football research or anything like that. I should just let the computer auto-draft for me. I feel like year in and year out, I get beat by auto-drafters, and it's like infuriating. Maybe it's time to just accept I'm bad at fantasy football. I don't know. Dang it, they're just gonna kick a field goal, aren't they? Dude, I don't know how anyone could possibly beat that team, honestly. That team is nasty. You're definitely the favorite to win the league, it looks like. Also, no crit. Hello. Or rip me, I guess. Ugh, Nightcrawler, gross. Chase Brown, dude, yeah, I don't think anything good is coming from the Bengals ever again, man. Unfortunately, I traded Chase Brown this last week for Kyron Williams, actually, which I don't know why the person agreed to that. They actually know football, which so I was really surprised by it, but you know what? I'll take it. He's just not it this year. Maybe next year or like late this year he could pop off, but I think he's too limited by the bad O line, and then Joey B not playing. Who was dumb enough to take that deal? Dude, honestly, that's what I was saying. And then also Blake Corum, which is like his backup, right? The handcuff for Kyron was on waivers somehow, so I picked him up too. No, the trade was with the commissioner. That's the thing, Spidey. Like, he's not... Like, he won the league last year. He's not bad. Like, he knows football. I don't know why he made that trade, dude. Who knows, though? Maybe Chase Brown will completely turn it around and, like, make me look like an idiot. But I was 0-3, so I was willing to trade some people. Nice, Simo. Keep grinding. I don't know, dude. Chase Brown's not like that heavily involved in the passing game either. And you got to think like the Bengals are going to be playing without a lead most of their games. Like, that's the good thing about Devon Achane and like oh, what's his bucket? Bucky Irving, is they're involved in the passing game pretty heavily. But yeah, I couldn't tell you why he made that trade, dude. Kind of a bummer, though. Yeah, Summoner Fest, dude. That'll be fun, dude. For those of you that are going. Not me. Maybe I'll go and I'll organize a protest. Try and get our boy Groot buffed or something. Imagine, dude, you protest outside of the Summoner Fest. Wait, what about chip damage, Charles? You'll come protest with me? Heck yeah, Walrus. No, I don't think I could get... I don't know how long it takes to get a passport. I don't know if I could get a passport in time. Also, I mean, that would be an expensive trip. Just for a meme. It would, can you imagine? That would be so funny though. I wonder how many people will be there. Especially with how the game is right now. Like that there's a lot of people that are unhappy with it. Nah, that. I wonder if they'll give you guys like special stuff just for going. Like maybe they'll give you some crystals or something. Oh, you get like a passport counts if they have your documents, not necessarily if you actually have the like official passport. It would make for some good live streaming, Walrus. If anything, like it would be really good marketing. It would be a really good way to get my channel out there. If I could, I actually would. Just as like some sort of like stunt. Get my name out there a little bit more, you know? But nah, I don't have the funds to go on a a journey to Canada. Or Canadia, as I prefer to call it. Because I think it sounds a lot cooler. It would be fun if in Arena, every champion started with like max combo. If they were like a combo champion, or like max ramp if they were a ramp champion. You get to spin a wheel of prizes? That's legit. Do you know what's on said wheel of prizes, Zemo? That sounds fun. Sounds like gambling, which I enjoy. Gotcha. I've never gotten a passport, so I don't really know how that process goes. Passport stuff, money, your wife not being allowed into Canada made it a no-go. You made a felon? Hey, everyone's made mistakes in their past. That sucks though, man. But to be honest, it's probably better to save money and put it on, like, use it for more important things. Unless you have, like, a surplus for, like, when it comes to stuff like that, I think it's better to just save, you know? Cowboys-Packers game was so... I know. No, I haven't talked about it. No one's mentioned that to me. But, dude, I was upset. I will say I was not as upset at the George Pickens fantasy points that I was getting. But, my goodness, dude. We can't be having games in the NFL end in a tie. We just can't. Can't do it. The worst. It's such a bad look. That's why a lot of people hate soccer, is because it's like, or for you that are in the UK and watching football, because like you can spend hours and hours of your time watching the game, right? Just for it to end in a tie. I think that's crazy. I think like you have all these players putting their like their bodies on the line, especially in football. It feels like dishonorable to like not let there be a victor, you know? That's cool, Zemo. Hopefully you get lucky on there, man. Maybe you'll get a Titan and then maybe you'll get Zemo. That would be cool. But anyway, yeah, please stop football being able to end in a tie. It's infuriating. Like, I don't know if it's not possible for the Super Bowl to end in a tie, right? Can the Super Bowl end in a tie, Spidey? I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if it has, like, special rules of any kind. But honestly, maybe that might be what we need. Like, if the Super Bowl can end in a tie, maybe that will make people take action on it. Yeah, shootout kind of a game. It's a super big letdown, Walrus. Playoff games can't end in ties. Okay, so like, why can regular season games end in ties? I don't get it. Explain. What is the justification for that? I don't get that. Hey, welcome in, Ego. How you doing, man? Just regular season. Okay, sounds like. Dude, college OT would be sick. I do like college OT. That you just kind of score and score until one team can score no more, basically. I mean, that's not all there is to it. You also have to score the same or more as your opponent, stuff like that, but... It's just so depressing, dude. College is so much better than the NFL, I feel like, to watch. It's just harder in college to get, like, as competitive games as I feel like you can get in the NFL, just because there's so many teams that play, like, unranked teams any given day. Ugh. The risk of injury versus the reward of a non-ties, perhaps. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're going for. But we don't have enough data on that, Wolverine. Like, if they changed it and then they started noticing people getting, like, injured significantly more often as a result, then they could always change it back. You know? Also, they should ban turf. I think everything in the NFL should be, like, actual grass. I'm from the States. Good old America. Let the bodies hit the floor first? Yes. For my entertainment. Purely for me. I will not lie. It is purely a, like, agreed thing. I just want to watch all the football, you know? You know, any football, extra football I get, I'm thrilled with. They probably really, if we're being realistic, they probably really don't want to do that because it might, like, mess up the betting market somehow. Maybe there's, like, a brainiac somewhere that has, like, crunched numbers. And then, like, sports betting would get cooked if they did, like, infinite OT. All right, Mammy won. Good job, everyone. I can be happy now. Thank you so much, Walrus. Dude, here's the thing, though. It's still a close game. We lost arguably one of, if not, the best wide receiver on our team. And barely beat another team that's 0-3. So, you know, like, it could have been better. Could have been better. The defense felt like it couldn't stop anything. But hey, it wins a win. I'll take it. Who did I vote, though? What do you mean, who did I vote? If you're trying to talk about politics, we don't talk about that in the chat, Ego. So if that's what your question is. The game goes multiple OTs, they can't go and sign more commercials. Yeah, that's a good point as well, Wolverine. Although I feel like you could even use that as like a pitch, like, hey, if you pay us a little bit more, like, I don't know. Maybe if you pay us more money, we'll put you in a pool of advertisers where if games go into big OT, we'll just keep spamming your ads. I'm not sure. Yeah, I saw him, Zemo. But who knows? The NFL doesn't need more money. They already have like $1 bajillion anyway. Oh crap, I forgot he's unstoppable. Oh, I was gonna special 3 him. No, that's tragic. Then he power gained all the way up. Oh, all right. Time for the secret unveil. I was actually listening to the football game the entire time through my headphones that I had underneath my actual headset. No shame. I regret not. Okay. Yo, Stud, welcome in, man. How you doing? Except I don't hear audio on... I don't know why I don't hear in-game audio. Whatever. You guys hear audio, so that's fine. Did I? I did not. I saw the score and I noticed it was a little bit probably closer than it should have been, though. Which is a little bit concerning, but I wouldn't be too overreactionary about it. Josh almost threw 2 picks. That I would maybe worry a little bit about. But when you're playing a team as crappy as the Saints, it's pretty easy to try to coast, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, win's a win. Also, like, the Bills are really banged up. I wouldn't worry too mad, Spidey. From what I understand, your defense is a little bit banged right now, so that's probably been causing a little bit of issues, and that should get better as the season goes on. On the bright side, dude, there's like no shot you guys would lose the conference. It would be a choke of the ages. So I think the Bills will be fine. I will say, though, I called it. I told you guys the Chiefs would probably beat the Ravens. As long as he's making those decisions in, like, low-stake games, like against the Saints, I think that's okay. But I will say I predicted a lot of games wrong this last Sunday. The week before that, I killed it, though. There were a lot of really weird games this week. I did predict the Finns to win, though. Fins for the win. I am arena grinding probably for Banquet Ego. That's my favorite event of the two. But I have said in the past, like, if there's ever any deal with, like, Cyber Monday that I feel like I can't pass up, I'm willing to buy it. Like, I'm not completely set on Banquet. You were 9-6 this week? I think that's around where I was. Yeah, on the bright side, the tie doesn't affect anybody. You know what I mean? We all lose together when it's a tie. I did think the Ravens would make it a lot closer. I will say that. Like, I thought the Chiefs would win, but I did think, like, the Ravens would at least make it, like, competitive, but they got smoked. And Derrick Henry is looking human. I think he'll turn it around on the back half of the season, though. I'd like to imagine they were trying to kind of save him a little bit, but you just wanted the Cowboys to lose? All of America does, unless you're a Cowboys fan. That's how it goes. Ego, it's tricky to guess what the minimum will be for Banquet, because we have a lot of things that they introduced into the game, like the Radiant store and like the daily event, that I think are really gonna, like, inflate units a little bit. I would say anywhere from 15,000 units to 20,000 and you're safe. I would shoot for 15,000 though, personally, if it were me. I think if you have 20,000 units, you're for sure going to hit all the milestones. Chiefs Lions in 2 weeks is going to be wild. Yeah, the Chiefs will have Rashee Rice, I think. Do they have Rashee Rice back for that game? They should be a lot more healthy as well. And then the Lions are looking pretty scary. Go figure. I don't know why, like, it seemed like a lot of, like, mainstream news people thought the Lions would just suck now without Ben Johnson, but, like, they're still the Lions. So that always really confused me. And now we've seen that. Did Lamar not tear his hamstring? I know he injured his hammy, but I don't know if it's, like, officially been diagnosed or not. I have not been that online today. Was his pride that got hurt? Very well could have been, dude. Lamar has only beat the Chiefs once in his entire career. Also, welcome in, Travis. Hope you're doing well, man. Bengals when Burrow gets back. Dude, I mean, when Burrow gets back, aren't the Bengals just going to be eliminated, though? I mean, like, how hard is Burrow going to play? Or, like, are they really going to rush him back, you know? And then the Eagles, dude, they might be resting by that point, dude. They're never going to lose. Tyreek Hill's done as a Dolphin? I agree. I wanted Tyreek Hill out, like, 2-3 years ago, which in hindsight, I'm actually a genius. I should have been the GM for the Dolphins. He's been nothing but a pain in the neck. He's not worth the drama. But the Chiefs will be a tough out, I think. And then, like I said, I don't know if the Eagles are ever gonna lose, dude. They just keep winning. The Steelers should be an easy win, and so should the Texans. The Texans have not looked quite like themselves. And then you got, like, the Steelers, like, I think they're kind of like fool's gold in a way. I think they're winning games because Tomlin is just a good coach. I don't know that they're necessary. I don't know. We'll see. It appears that Aaron Rodgers turned back the clock a little bit, but I just don't think it's sustainable personally. Because he was, like, so rotten his, like, last season with Green Bay. I don't know how he would, like, not be that bad again, but the Bucks too. I think, well, it depends, like, when you play the Bucks. Like, do you play the Buccaneers, like, after all those other teams? Because, like, right now the Bucks are really injured. Especially if they don't have Bucky Irving. Like, they're going to be cooked for a while. Their offensive line has had problems. They've got, like, 2 or 3 people out on there. Like I said, if Bucky Irving is now out, that's going to be even worse. Just things to keep in mind. Who is the GOAT of the NFL? No bias? As much as I hate to admit it, I would probably say Tom Brady. As much as I hate Tom Brady and how he played the game, doing his little dink and dunk garbage, I think you can't argue with the results. And also, he's done it with multiple teams. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. With Patrick Mahomes, who in years coming are gonna try to put him in that discussion. I just think Tom Brady. Josh Allen, no bias. Hey, I'm waiting for it too, stud. You play them in the middle of... I think you'll beat the Buccaneers. I wouldn't worry too much about them. They might not even have Mike Evans back by then. Depending on how his recovery goes. It's hard, dude. It's hard to be a Bucs fan this year. They've been going through it. I mean, they still keep winning, though. I got my audio working now. Dude, the Rams are looking like a contender this year too. And the Chargers out of nowhere. Excuse me. Ugh. I think this year's playoffs could be awesome, dude. We could see some fresh blood in there. Blade. Do I also play the 4-star arena too? I don't finish out the milestones on that arena, but I'll get like the first 3 or 4. Jackson Dart and Scadaboo are good. Dude, they look like the future of that team for sure. It's really unfortunate though that they lost Malik Neighbors. That's tough, dude. Especially his, like, Jackson Dart's first game. He didn't even really get to play with Malik Neighbors that much. Really depressing, dude. You know what else is depressing? Having to use Mr. Fantastic in this game. Worse. Yeah, I think that actually, like, not to be, like, overreactionary too much, but I think that's, like, the end of the Giants season. Malik Neighbors, like, he covered up a lot of holes, I think, in that offense. But we'll see. I mean, Jackson Dart could just be like him. Which would be awesome, and that would be a cool storyline. The Giants haven't been good in forever. And Scadaboo will only be so good if you're playing down, you know? On the next OBJ. So that means he's doomed to never be, like, an all-star ever again. Because I feel like after OBJ went out with that injury, he was never quite the same. Or maybe it was just the Giants were never quite the same. He would have, like, random good games here and there, but I don't feel like OBJ was the, like, superstar he was prior to that. Top 5 defenders for Battlegrounds? It's a good question. Probably Dark Phoenix is up there, I would think. Unless you have Nico. I don't know. Dark Phoenix. I think you could still make an argument for Arnim Zola, even though there's a lot of... There's like a pretty decent amount of counters out there for him. Dude, I think Sentinel could probably be top 5. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, dude. That OBJ catch was insane. That took over the internet when it happened. I don't know. I've never went against like a MCOC, but I've heard MCOC is really tricky as a defender. Maybe I'd throw him in there. Is one-handed catch in college? Yeah. I mean, they're both like incredible. And then I don't really know. Yeah, Serpent probably still really good. Dude, we'll do the Odin Ditto matchup. Heck yeah. Ugh. Then I don't know if that was, let's see. So I said what? Sentinel. Oh, you could probably put Onslaught in there as well. I think Onslaught is probably top 5 or fringe top 5. The NFL has like the regular season and then base where all the teams or a lot of the teams will play each other. And then depending on how well they do, like what their record is, then they're put into the playoffs, which is like a bracket style single elimination. And then eventually you get the championship, aka the Super Bowl. I don't really know much about UCL. I don't know what that is. I think that's Champions League, which I think is soccer. But I don't know anything about soccer. Yeah, you can also... Oh, yeah, Bullseye too. And Dilthus Thanos and Enchantress, yeah. There's a lot of really strong defenders. That's why I don't play a lot of Battlegrounds lately. But anyway, yeah, it's a bracket style single elimination. Club or country? Club. Like the NFL is it's just teams from America. If that's what that question means. I'm not really sure. You have not won a Gladiator Circuit match? I tell you what, that makes me really not want to play Battlegrounds. More than I already don't want to play Battlegrounds. Is that for lack of trying, though? Or is that because you actually, like, literally can't win? You know what I mean? Man, Cersei just gets bodied by Jugs, huh? You might just be bad? No, you made it there, dude. Not if you made it there. You're washed? if I don't know who you're talking to, but it is good to stay clean, Ego. It is good to be washed. It keeps you safe from a lot of bacteria, a lot of disease, getting infections and stuff on different cuts. I think it is important to be washed. And that just, you know, thank you for reminding me, by the way. That's just like a good reminder to the rest of the stream, by the way. Make sure to like wash your hands, stuff like that. It's really good for you. There used to be like a big problem is like lack of hygiene in human history. Like, especially when you go back into like the different world wars, right? Where like if somebody's leg was injured or something, they would just like cut it off because they didn't really know like how to clean and dress a wound. And your like survival rate would be higher if they just like amputated your limb. Which is crazy. And then somebody finally said like, hey, you know, maybe having dirt and stuff in our cuts isn't the best. You know? Like germ theory. Which is like crazy to think about, man. That we used to live in a day and age where nobody cared about being clean. But also wondered why people were getting sick and dying all the time. It feels kind of like common sense, you know, but who am I to judge? Dude, screw it. I'm taking Joe Fixit to rank 4 right now. He's actually really fun to use. Those bleeds are quite nice. And then, like, the lifesteal is really good as well. Beta Ray Bill is going to absolutely destroy Colossus. Beautiful. Dude, we've actually gotten through this arena, like, maybe faster than we've ever done it before. Evan Ingram been any good this year? I don't know. I haven't had him on any of my teams, and I haven't really, like, looked at that offense much. I pretty much... Is he still on the Jaguars, even? I think he's still on the Jags. Okay, not great. Wait, what's not great? Oh, Evan Ingram has done okay, not great. Got you. Oh, he's on the Broncos? Yeah, I had no clue he was on the Broncos now. But I have not been paying much attention to that position. Yo, Abyss, what's up, man? How are ya? What the heck is that emote? The cat in the box? That's awesome, man. Ooh, get destroyed. Look at that intercept, chat. I'm so good at this game. Oh. Speaking of the Broncos in fantasy, though, I'm pretty sure I lost. Okay. Also, is it just me, or has there been like an absurd amount of injuries in the NFL so far this year? Like, I know there was a lot last year, but I feel like we've been losing a ton of just like all-stars. And I don't, dude, it's making me like pretty sad actually. Bumming me out royally. You starting a new alliance tomorrow? Well, good luck to you, man. Just in time for the new war season. Are they a lot more... I take it they're a lot more competitive than your current alliance? That's why you're jumping ship. In which case, I don't blame you. Especially getting closer and closer to Banquet, you want to be in an alliance that you can get some rewards in, you know what I mean? Yeah, losing Tyreek today has been crazy. Braylon Allen got injured for the Jets. Also, what's up, Redwood? How you doing? It has been a bad one. They don't care about Battlegrounds? Dude, that's the stuff. Oh no. Spot went untouchable when I was reading chat. Not good. We got CD Lamb down, Mike Evans down. Tyreek Hill down. Joe Burrow down. Just all the things, man. I'm really shocked Christian McCaffrey is still up, to be honest. George Kittle went down as well, although he's coming back really soon. I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers is still around, Redwood. At his age. Dude, I've actually, like, Aaron Rodgers has been scrambling a lot, I've noticed. Which is crazy, bro. At his age, to be getting any, excuse me, any rushing yards. Especially after the Jets fiasco. Malik Neighbors goes down. Who else has been injured this year? It's been bad. Lamar went down. Potentially smaller injury, though. Bucky Irving got injured as well. Oh, it's been a toughie. 3 or 4 times? Nice, Puffy. Very nice. Dude, the turf, yeah. 100%, Mel. They really need to make turf, like, illegal in the NFL. I don't know why that hasn't happened already. It's a conversation every single year, and nothing is ever done about it. You even got a solo mixed in there. Nice, dude. And it's even worse now that, like, the NFL is trying to do all these, like, international games. Because a lot of the times the fields there aren't very good either. And so people are more prone to get injured. Oh, yes. James Conner and Najee Harris. That's true. Yep. And then I don't know if you guys know who Jalen Coker is. He also got injured. He was going to be my flex wide receiver. He's on the Panthers. There's been a bunch of linemen out for a lot of teams. Xavier Worthy even went out with an injury. Although he's back now and absolutely cooked on Sunday. The real question is, who is next? Didn't Trey Benson get injured a little bit too? I don't think it was like, I think he actually just got a small injury. I still hate the sound effect for Zemo's gun. Sounds like a pea shooter. Nick Bosa, that's right. I forgot about the defensive side of the ball a little bit. Yeah, and he's like out, right? I don't think he's like coming back for the whole season. I never actually saw his injury. It just looked... I think I remember hearing it was bad. The only time the NFL is going to care is if Patrick Mahomes goes into the Jets stadium and like pops his ACL or Achilles or whatever. We just need like a big name, like the NFL's darling. Like maybe Travis Kelce could work. Then you would have all the Taylor Swift fans calling for the removal of turf. I understand like the lore, Puffy. I just want the sound effect to have a little bit more bang behind it. Just sounds like a cap gun. Yeah, like injuries are rough, man. It just sucks that like your entire season can depend on like a single ACL tear, man. Zemo's the only one you're missing? Well, best of luck. I'm holding, I think, probably until the next rollover. I think I'm actually pretty close as well, now that I think about it. Honestly, I would probably recommend holding if Zemo's your only champion you don't have in there. Personally. Yeah, I think it's a Luger, isn't it, that he has? I mean, I'm sure that's what a Luger actually sounds like. I just want to have more punch behind it, you know? Yo, Cade, what's up, man? How you doing? Who's getting out of the Titan? I actually don't know who's rotating out. Zola, Dazzler, Zola? Are you only hunting Nico then, Abyss? I think if there's only like one champion you don't have, unless you're a spender. If you're a spender, just open crystals whenever you want. But if you're like more on the free-to-play side of things, I think it's probably better to hold. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Redwood. Just waiting for Cyber Monday to get a Nexus. That's actually a pretty good idea. or even a selector if they're feeling crazy. But if they did have a selector, it would be a lot of money, I would imagine. Oh, I think after I'm done with this arena, I'm gonna go get a drink of water. My throat is so dry. Gotta stay hydrated, guys. This guy's name is Fatty Abuser. I feel personally attacked. You know, I just feel it's so ballsy going for an intercept on Red Skull. Just seen my Dolphin shirt. You say the win is Wells Hill going down. Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Here's the thing, Redwood. At the end of the day, they won by 1 score against another team that is 0-3. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the most impressive win in the world. And then once you, like, you also lose your wide receiver 1 in the process. It's still tough. I think I don't think that McDaniel is gonna get fired mid-season anyway. That's not really how the owner historically has done things. I do want to see the GM go though. I hate Chris Greer. He's the worst. So I don't know. Right now I'm excited they won. You know what? I'm glad I was able to watch my Dolphins team actually win a game this season, and at least now I know they won't go winless, which is cool. But it's a hard time. It's hard to be as happy as I'd like to be, just because of those reasons I mentioned. Oh, if you're missing that many Abyss, I'd say go for it still. You awaken gentle. That's a really good awakening. Also, congrats on the clear of 936. And congrats to your dad who reached Paragon. Nice. Bengals defense. Yeah, it's bad. Speaking of organizations that are poorly run, the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel so bad for Joe Burrow. You think they would have Redwood? I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been a Dolphins fan for a while. It's not really like... It was getting bad, though. But, like, what does firing him really help you? Like, you're probably wanting to tank anyway at this point, so... If he's losing games, just let him keep losing games, you know? Dude, we're gonna have 30k units before you guys know it. Dude, I seriously can't believe I've actually grinded this much arena. I've never had this many units on my account at one time ever. Ever, you guys. And we have almost 4 million battle chips, which is crazy. It's gonna be funny watching your dad get pissed at the Grandmaster. Well, you may just have to step in and help him out. Respect your elders, sort of thing, Cade. If they lost by like 20 points, sure. But I think, personally, I think Mike McDaniel's job was saved when they made it close against the Buffalo Bills a few weeks ago. The Dolphins are kind of like the Cowboys, right? Where, like, until the owner dies, I don't think they'll ever have a chance at another Super Bowl. Yeah, Tua turned the ball over. Just, dude, he just turns the ball over at the worst possible times. Like Tua playing with the lead today, he's good. But if he has to make any sort of comeback, like if you need Tua to ice the game, like to make the throws, to run the 2 minute drill, he will not. He will always, without fail, throw like the worst interception you've ever seen in your life. How many units am I trying to get before Cyber Week? I don't really have a goal in mind. I'm not, like I said, I'm not planning to spend for Cyber Weekend. Redwood. I don't know if you were in here and I was mentioning that earlier, but my goal right now is to just save everything for Banquet. I know that that can cause some controversy between people in the chat that say Cyber Weekend is better than Banquet. It's how it's always been. Blah 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 blah. But personally, I enjoy Banquet a heck of a lot more than I do Cyber Weekend. I just think like Cyber Weekend, having all those selectors is kind of boring. It takes the fun out of getting a champion you've been hunting for a long time. And just the sheer quantity of things that you get to open around Banquet, I really enjoy, whether you're getting good or bad stuff from the Banquet crystals. And so that's kind of like where my head's at right now. And I feel like also, as far as like ranked rewards go, like I'll have a lot of units by the time Banquet rolls around to where I might have a decent chance at some pretty good ranked rewards. So, but who knows? Who knows? You're good. You helped it. No, here's what you got to do, Cade. You got to be like, hey, I see you're struggling with that boss fight over there. You know, I could do it for you for a fee. How about an Odin's Vault? And then you swindle him. You get him to give you money to beat the Grandmaster for him. That's what I would do. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm clicking help this many times. Yeah, that's a lot. I can't remember how many units I had last year. I know I like barely eked out all the milestones though. Like plus, and I think I maybe had like 1,000 units or so left over by the time I got all the milestones. But it was not 26,668 units, which is what I'm at right now. And then like it honestly scares me. I could have so many units right now too because I almost have 4 million battle chips. It's a staggering amount, dude. And I still have like 3 months left. Well, okay, now I mean we're almost like 2 months. But still, I'm pretty stoked. He's about to start his own business, so he needs the money. Dang. Well, okay. Then you just like have him write an IOU. So when his business is like taking off, right? Then you can call him in and you can collect, you know? Make sure to include some sort of interest in the contract. Also, like I said, I am extremely thirsty, so I will be right back, guys. Ugh. All right, I'm back. You'd say, whose house do you live at? That's when you fire back with, I don't know, somebody's house who can't beat the Grandmaster. And then you just kind of, you go on the offense, right? Trying to attack his ego a little bit. And eventually he'll cave. No, don't do that. Not unless you want to get grounded or beat or a mixture of both. What kind of business is he going into? If you're able to divulge that kind of information, Cade. So that's cool. I've wanted to start like my own business at some point in the future. I like the freedom that it can provide and like the independence from like any sort of like boss figure. I kind of hate like having to answer to a higher up. You haven't been grounded since you were 12? I actually don't even know. Like, I barely got grounded as a kid. Mainly because I had 2 older siblings and I would just like learn what not to do. Yeah, to be honest, Charles, like both of those fights were so long ago for me, I can hardly even remember how they go. But yeah, it was nice growing up to have your siblings as like a meat shield, you know? That's the strat. Electrical, okay. Hey, that can be very lucrative. I have a buddy who's he's got his own electrician business that he's working on right now. He seems to do pretty good for himself. I myself have thought about going into the trades a few times. Maybe like looking at plumbing or something. I like working with my hands and like being out and about. I don't think I could have a job where I'm locked away in an office all day. Unless I'm live streaming, of course I could do that. Live streaming is goated, dude. Because you don't even notice you're just in one spot, or like, you know, you don't mind sitting there for hours on end because you're talking to people and having a good time. At least that's the way that I see it. Grandmaster is more fun. You can see me making pizza? Dude, I can see me eating pizza. Got your bartending license. Is that hard to get? How does one get a bartending license? I know, Monkey. I was joking back. Chanty needs to keep doing his standing. Nah, I don't think that has anything to do with it, Spidey. I think it's just like a classic example of a rookie getting caught up to the game, because the NFL is a little bit different, a little bit faster. It has everything to do with it. It's placebo. It'll be interesting to see where his career goes, man. I feel like every time I watched him in college, he was just like smoking like lesser teams. Not that he was a bad running back. Obviously, he was great putting up the numbers he was putting up. I don't know. You need a higher sample size for something like that, Spidey. My thoughts on the Halloween champions. I think they're cool. I think Dracula looks really sick, and then I was not expecting like Franken Punisher or whatever it was. So that was kind of an interesting one. But I'm okay with it. I'm down. I'm really looking forward to the live stream on Friday so we can see how good they're actually going to be. Looked like they had a lot going on, potentially. It's my fault, dude. The AI always knows when to intercept. I just get so aggressive because I just want to end the arena fight early. It's my biggest downfall, man. What? And then apparently, like, dexing but not dexing is also my biggest downfall. I'm gonna get the special 3 right to the dome. No, maybe I'm not. We're good. In New Zealand, where you're from, you need to get this thing called an LCQ, which stands for License Controller Qualification. Never has to be updated. Then you can... Okay. Huh. That's like an outrageously cool name for the license. Dang it, dude. I always forget I can't start off with a parry against this guy. A rookie mistake, chat. New Zealand. Dude, I love New Zealanders, man. Coolest accents ever. You have to get 100% on it? That's pretty intense, though. I mean, I'm a good test taker, don't get me wrong, but that feels a little bit intimidating. But I guess you don't want people who don't know what they're doing serving alcohol to people, so that makes sense. Yo, what's up, James? We're just playing some arena. Having a good time. Nothing too crazy today. Not too much going on in this particular Monday. Does she not afflict slow on her heavy against skill? I guess not. Just those little things in a champion's kit that I just don't know because I don't read it. You have learning difficulties and you got it? Well, dude, it sounds like it's destiny. Congrats on that, though, man. That's always, like, the best feeling. Not necessarily, like, exactly what you're talking about, but when you take any test and you feel like you just are not prepared for it, and then you end up just crushing the test. Feels so good, man. I feel like that happened to me a lot in college. But I think that was because I would like over prepare because I was like worried that I would get cooked. And then there were a lot of times when I would like start the test and I'd be like, yo, this is easy. I don't know why I was like worried about this. Yo, Hikuri, what's up? Excuse me, Hik-san. I gotta start changing it up. But yeah, the classic arena grinding stream. The classic. Hopefully we get some fun stuff in like a week or two or sometime soon. This game's felt a little bit dry lately. Did I play sports in college? No, I did not. No, I didn't really do any like extracurricular activities, like any clubs or anything like that. I had a good time. I like roomed with a buddy of mine that I've known since I was a kid. College was awesome, man. And then a certain virus hit everybody, and I kind of stopped going to college around then because I didn't want to deal with all of the like hoops you had to jump through for it. And then I just never really went back. College is expensive, man, and I don't think it's as worth it as it used to be, personally, unless you're gonna go into like a medical profession or like an engineering profession. You haven't gotten your driving license? You're epileptic? I'm surprised that would like keep you from doing that. I have a buddy who is epileptic, and he's got a license. Although it's probably different in the USA, so... Dude, I couldn't tell you. I don't think Dread Emperor Doom is, like, that hard, to be honest. I know in saying that, you can go watch the tape. There were plenty of times I died, but I never thought it was like because it was a hard fight. I just made mistakes. And I have no idea anything about Nightmare Raids Gentle. I still have yet to do Nightmare Raids. Gotcha. Isn't that usually something you like more or less can grow out of as you get older, Cade? Let's go, Sauron. Shown Sinister, who's boss? Pterodactyl guy. All right, there we go. Atuma in the bin. Get Dusty Poo. Yo, Garvid, how you doing, man? Welcome into the stream, my friend. Have I ever been to New Zealand? I have not. I've never been outside of the United States. I would love to, though. It's just it's mostly a money thing for me. But just wait, guys. When we have that big streamer energy, we're like rolling in the dough, and we're like a household name. We'll go on a tour of all the countries I possibly can. Just kidding. If that ever happened, that would be crazy, though. You're 7th rank 4 after a tough fight. What did you choose, Vernon? We haven't talked too much about him, Hikuri, no. Geek sound, dang it. You know what? I give up. Also, what makes a rank 4 Modok so bad? Oh, he did. Your alliance mate didn't recommend it. I see. I mean, you're probably going to want to rank up Modok eventually, though. But Okoye is a solid rank up. Did you enjoy your time in the States, Cade? I think it would be so cool to like check out other countries just for like culture. It's really cool to see how different like groups of people act. I think it would be really fun to go to like Japan or like South Korea, something like that. I did not see that, Spidey. I don't keep up with the NBA hardly at all. You ranked up Photon? Nice rank up, man. I tell you what, if we ever match in Battlegrounds, that's getting a quick little ban, I think. Dude, those are awesome places to go. I have never been to Not Spray Farm, but I've had a couple friends that would go there a lot growing up, and they really loved it. Disneyland is pretty elite, too, honestly. You're low level spender, you have 6. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Gotcha. I have I think I have 6 now. Rank 4s. I think. With another one on the way very soon, I think. Probably. But yeah, I pretty much only buy Flat Pass. Try to learn your Haka? Dude, I've seen the Haka before. It's I don't think I'm coordinated enough for anything like that involves like choreographed steps. Our high school football team played another team once, and they did the Haka before the match. Not our football team, the other team did the Haka. I believe in you, Redwood. That's how I felt, except about Vision Arcus. That's the champion that kept haunting me from that crystal. Go do a fun game of baseball. You used to play for a club? Dude, don't know if I even remember how to play baseball at this point. It's been so long for me. But I'd be down. Playing baseball was really fun. Just playing catch, man, is super chill. You got high evolutionary? Nice. Are you gonna rank him up for the prestige play? Also, I was on Reddit the other day, and there were a lot of people that were like bagging on Red Goblin. Like, why? He can like delete health. I know he's not like the best gamer out there, but dude, homie can pump some damage out quick. Dude, I kind of wonder where I could have gone in terms of baseball. And because I quit playing like in high school, and I was really good. I just I thought it was a safer play to focus more on school than sports, just because statistically, right, you're not going to go pro. And I know that's kind of a doomer way of looking at it, but you know what? It worked out. It's all right. Dude, Red Goblin can be a good Sentinel counter? Are you sure? Because he doesn't get his armor breaks against Sentinel. I mean, I guess you get, like... It still inflicts a lot of damage, maybe. You just pulled him 30 seconds ago? That's actually crazy timing, James. Yeah, Red Goblin is a little bit slept on. I'm not gonna, like, sit here and tell you he's, like, top 5 Cosmic or anything, but he's, like, no slouch when it comes to, dealing damage. You think they would? Well, you know, like, if I was willing to put my tinfoil hat on, I think I would be inclined to believe that's probably the case. Garvey, that's not a bad idea. I'll probably save and, like, open everything at once. If they want to nerf my units, that's okay. I think I have enough anyways. Do I think Nico and Carolina will get nerfed? Let me think on that. Now, before I answer, it's impossible to know, just because Kabam has clearly illustrated they have no idea who needs and does not need a nerf. So really, I have no idea. Do I think, like... I think a nerf would be okay, but I don't know what you would change, really, to be honest. At least about Nico. I feel like you couldn't really nerf too much about Nico. Like, you could maybe reduce the poison damage or something. I don't know. But what makes Nico OP is just, like, her core... Like, how she works. You know what I mean? It's just the ability to have buff immunity as a debuff and inflict it is, in my opinion, what the strongest part of her kit is. Like, Spider-Woman was a little bit different, because I feel like Spider-Woman just had a lot of things. I don't know why I always try to do that with... So it was like not quite the same, you know? Like Spider-Woman had so much in her kit, you could take one thing away, and there were still like significant things in her kit to make up for it. You know what I mean? Like I tell everyone that comes into my chat basically, like, guys, Spider-Woman is still going to be really, really good, whether she has ensnare or not. A lot of people really want to like be all doomer about it, but I think that's just overkill personally. Tag means okay, just let me know when you do, Kate. I'll go check. But if we want to get a better idea, let's go take a look. Also, for those of you that didn't see the video I uploaded the other day, you should go watch it. Okay. Let us see. Let us see. Because this is now the standard Kabam has set. Because they told us Spider-Woman is getting a nerf. Because on this thing, on this website, she is at a defender strength 3.5 out of 5. But she's performing better than that. So let's go take a look at Nico and Carolina, and we'll guess. And we'll see if their ratings are appropriate. Nico apparently has a 3.5 survivability. I think that's probably fair. She's not like extremely tanky or anything. Her damage is at 4 out of 5. I think that's probably fair too. Ease of use at 3 out of 5. Yeah, sure. I think utility is probably where it's wrong. I feel like, how can they justify, at least this is where I'm coming from, how can they justify her utility being at 3.5 out of 5 when she can counter an entire class, like every champion in it? That's crazy to me. I feel like she should be a 5 here. So if maybe they did nerf her, perhaps they would nerf her utility somehow, but I don't know how they would do that. So I'm not quite sure on that. But guys, and I was gonna make a video. I probably still will. I might. I don't know. There are so many of these that are so inaccurate. So inaccurate, you guys. Like badly. But anyway, let's look at Carolina. Ease of use. I don't know anything about Carolina. You guys can tell me if this is accurate at all. Like, is there anything like that what you're seeing here doesn't really match up with your experience? I have barely any experience playing against Carolina Dean and then playing as her, so I'm not really sure. You guys can let me know. I have heard she's kind of crazy though. But yeah, if we're going strictly by the really stupid standard, and I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Like, basing your champion balancing off of this stupid little bars in here that nobody looks at in the first place, by the way, because everybody's going to Conchuzonk or like other places, is really stupid to me. It's really dumb. That's why I made that video, like kind of joking about it, because I think it's ridiculous. Also, congrats, Garvit. Make that push, dude. You're so close. Like, look at this, dudes. Here's something ridiculous, okay? Let me show you guys the stupidest thing, because I was browsing this the other day, and I was kind of looking at it to see, like, okay, like, how accurate is every other profile for champions that they have, right? And then I saw this, okay? Look. Serpent is a utility 3 out of 5. But they didn't nerf him. Make that make sense to me. Serpent counters miss. Counters evade. Has immortality. Has power gain. Has fury. Has pierce. Has cold snap immunity. Has bleed resist. Has like power drain or whatever it is resist as well. And you're telling me he's a 3 of 5 utility? Are you serious? The Serpent does like all the things on the planet. But he's 3 out of 5. And then when the balance team assessed Serpent, they made no change to his kit. How stupid is that? Like, he should obviously be a 5 out of 5 utility champion, no? Because he counters so much. He can deal with so much. Yet they don't. but then Spider-Woman rolls around. She's slightly overtuned defensively, not like, completely wrong on the like Serpent is. And like they need a hitter with a nerf? Are you kidding me? Like, that makes no sense to me, dude. No sense. Wild. It's wild. So yeah, and there's other instances like this, but this is probably just the most egregious one, and the one I think most people would really understand if I were to talk about it. Is like, you're not nerfing Serpent, but you're nerfing Spider-Woman. But like, in my opinion, this is more imbalanced than Spider-Woman's is. I think you could make an argument Spider-Woman is like a 4 out of 5 defender. I don't think you could make the argument she's 5 out of 5. So that only puts her like a half point away, but whatever, But Serpent is obviously should be 5 out of 5 utility. Like, obviously. He does way too much. And I mean, I'm no like Kabam employee, but like, come on, 3 out of 5? There's other champions that do infinitely less than him. And I've looked, I don't remember exactly who they were. I would have to go back through and relook at all the stats. But I promise this is a thing. You guys can believe me. There are champions that have higher utility than Serpent, and they do less. It's just ridiculous. So like, this whole system is completely flawed, and I don't know why we're balancing characters around it. It's so stupid. So anyway, that's like my little rant on like this whole thing. And like, I know that doesn't directly answer your, is Nico or is Carolina probably going to be nerfed? Because to be honest, I really don't know. I really don't know. And like Arcade, see, yeah, Arcade has more utility than Serpent. I mean, he's good. I don't know that he would have more utility than Serpent though. And he's not a 5 out of 5 defender, which is like, I think he probably should be. It might be James. Like, Serpent has a ton of things in his kit. Yeah, yeah, all this stuff on this website is ridiculous to me, guys. Ridiculous. Like, Bullseye has more utility than Serpent. Why? I have no idea, actually. Because what does Bullseye do that Serpent can't do? Because Serpent can counter evade, he can counter miss. He just needs to fire off his special one. I mean, Bullseye has guaranteed crits, but Serpent has literally everything else I talked about, plus some immunities, plus some resistances. So like, Kabam clearly doesn't care about balancing based on the bars. That's what annoys me, is like, they're just obviously lying. Like, obviously lying. Like, just own up. Just say, you know what, we made her too good on attack, and we're not making enough money because of that, so we need to like dial it back a little bit. Don't try to disguise it as like she's too good of a defender or anything. It's just not, it's just so dishonest. It's just not true. It's just not true. Also, sorry, let me go look at your Discord message real quick. I got in rant mode. Your top 2 rows? Dude, Storm X? F yeah. Silk? Nick Fury? I'll trade you the Nick Fury for someone else. Also, Viv Vision, Photon, Sentinel, Vox, White Tiger, Elsa, Doctor Doom, Gentle, Captain Marvel movie. Dude, Captain Marvel movie has like a special place in my heart. She helped me push like Cavalier, I think. But dude, solid top 6 especially. And that Vox too. A lot of very helpful Battlegrounds champions you have there, kid. Gotta pump those unit numbers up though, brother. They mad the Sword and Stone cells? Maybe. I think you can definitely make that argument. Like, let's just, for ease of, like, Like, let's just keep looking. Like, look at this. This is a ridiculous one too, guys. This is just an example of what I'm talking about. So we'll look at House of X first. Now look at his stats, okay? He's like 3 of 5 utility, 3 of 5 defender, you know, 2.5 survivability. And then look at this. Red Mags, 5 out of 5 on almost everything. Almost everything. Okay, who here thinks Red Magneto is a 4 of 5 defender? Not me. Is he like a 5 out of 5 in the damage and like ease of use and all that stuff? Against metal champions, sure, but like only against metal champions. Which there's a lot of people in the game that aren't metal now. So I don't get this personally. I think his stats are this if he's only going against metal champions. But if you think that's the reasoning, I know House of X is a little bit weaker, but his stats, like, he still has magnetized in his kit. And he's infinitely worse than this Magneto. Like, there's so many like weird inconsistencies that it really, really grinds my gears that they freaking nerf Spider-Woman for no reason. It's so ridiculous. Bullseye being powered. Yeah, I mean, SIG 200, though. That's quite the hefty call, I think, James. So, yeah, I mean, I highly encourage you guys to go look at this, by the way. This is just like on Kabam's website. It's like their champions and stuff. They're just... I don't even think Photon... Yeah, Photon's not even a 5 out of 5 defender, which is crazy. I just don't get it, dudes. Gladiator has more utility than Serpent, which is crazy. I know Gladiator can do a lot, like you guys were talking about earlier, but still. Anyway, you get my point. Definitely go check this out, though, because there's a lot of stuff in here. Like, you could maybe make an argument that you could put Shield higher on utility. Like, there's just a lot of arguable / like very inconsistent takes on here about champions. That, and then for them to use it as justification to nerf Spider-Woman is just crazy. Just crazy. So, yeah. Kind of tilts me a little bit, if you guys couldn't tell. I don't even own Spider-Woman. I'm just kind of like mad for everybody else. So like, I mean, you know, I don't care that much. I just want Kabam to stop like hurting their image so much, man. Like, so many unnecessary like trip ups lately. Also, I'm old enough to remember that when they made that like champ rating thing, there were a lot of people voicing their concerns over it because they thought it was stupid, and you can't quite rate a champion in that way. But that sentiment seems to have left the player base. Yeah, me too, James. It's kind of one of those, man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall kind of deals. It feels so arbitrary, right? Like, it's like they're in a room somewhere and they're like, hey, Jerry, how much, like, how powerful do we want this champ to be? He's like, I don't know, like 4 out of 5. I don't know. Just give him a random number. I think I'm dead here, guys. Yeah, me too, Hikori. It feels like they just don't, they don't prioritize very well. They'd rather monetize the crap out of the game than take care of it, health-wise. Hey, Cade, it's okay. Spider-Woman is still gonna be really good. I don't think you need to regret your decision. She's still top 2 science, like, without a doubt. So I wouldn't worry about it, man. You're getting dropped inputs? I haven't noticed anything like that, Hikuri. My dropped inputs are me getting too distracted because I'm a streamer and I like talking with you guys. I don't know. I don't want to be like that whiny content creator, you know? I don't want to be like Mr. Pessimism or like Negative Nelly, as you would also call him. But you know, like there are some things that I think need to change. And like the more and more I ruminate and think about the Spider-Woman change, the more it makes me a little bit mad. Quake is 5 of 5 utility. I mean, being able to not get hit is pretty good utility, I would say. Although, is she even useful anymore? Like, and I will say, and one thing I'm pretty proud of myself, I haven't seen anyone else mention that website and like point out how horrible it is, and then in relation to like the Spider-Woman thing. Pretty unique take, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting a death match right now, actually. It's kind of rude, though. I think we're okay, though. Dude, honestly, that's actually true now. Like, champions that counter miss and stuff. Yeah, I think you can never go wrong ranking up champions you just enjoy playing, Cade. Oh, Thanos about the dog walk, Warlock. Look at this meaty special 2 I'm about to hit, chat. Okay, never mind. Okay, now look at this meaty special 2. Bang! You've never seen that much damage in your life. Yeah, I don't think Quake is near like uncounterable as used to be. I mean, you're just making another point, Charles, that like, hey man, it's the utility that the website is saying he has. I'm not saying he doesn't have utility. Also, I'd be really shocked if I actually end up with the victory on this fight. Yeah, sometime, kid. Maybe the next time we do friendlies. I haven't done a friendly stream in a while, but it's mostly just because Battlegrounds in general haven't really, like, piqued my interest in a while. It's, like, pretty dead right now for me as far as, like, wanting to play BGs. Yeah, rip, dead. Actually, dude, I don't know how Serpent got me there. He doesn't even have high utility. Is this my last team? No, I have one more? No, it is. Let's see if we can... Dude, I know. Serpent is also not magnetic. That's true. Just another reason that Serpent is, like, He's apparently not. He does not have utility. Apparently. Okay, yeah, rip the win streak off this fight, guys. We're cooked. I bet this guy's Fant Man is Sig 200. Yeah, we're like tickling him to death right now. Ain't no way. Oh my. AI is so busted, dude. How did he know? He's just blocking for so long. I was like, fine, I'll just throw a heavy attack into your block. And then he intercepts me with a special because of course he does. Oh, kabam. Maybe if we're lucky on Friday, they'll announce they're nerfing AI into the ground. Yeah, it's over. Not... I think Jessica Jones has more utility than Serpent too, actually. Actually. At least I can win the Red Guardian fight, eh, boys? There we go. Now he's finally dying. Good boy, Void. All right, Carolina Dean. We need to get some big crit damage, and we have a chance here, chat. This is my one regret from the Titan, not getting Carolina. Perhaps I should be glad now that I didn't get Spider-Woman. We got her. Ooh. Win streak preserved, chat. Love to see it. Okay, I think that might be doing. That might have done it for the arena. I think we have like 2 more champs, but I don't want to have to throw a 6-star in there. We're gonna like cook the win streak. I'd like to keep the win streak alive for tomorrow. Besides, we got Kang and Spot. Neither champ I'm really good with fighting with, so. Ooh boy. I wonder if Dracula is gonna have like an immortality mechanic or gimmick of some kind. Kind of like how Morbius has one. Oh, I need to go claim those milestones, huh? Almost to 27K. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for the stream today. That's a pretty good Monday. The Miami Dolphins won. My football team. We won in Arena, too. We didn't lose our win streak ever, which is cool. And, yeah, we had a good time. So, you know, we raged a little bit at the MCOC forums, which is always a good time. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be live again tomorrow, so make sure to drop by then. Tomorrow, we'll probably force ourselves into playing a little bit of Battlegrounds, because, like it or not, we do have to push for Gladiator Circuit at some point. So maybe tomorrow. Yes, today was the chill Monday. I try to make every stream chill, to be fair. But Monday's particularly so, you know, Monday's just a day you want to kick back and relax, especially after, like, restarting your work week, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, thanks guys for coming out. Appreciate it very much. Hope to see all of you again tomorrow. Thanks for being such an awesome chat and such an active chat. I appreciate it. Anyway, have a good rest of your night or good rest of your day, whatever it is for you, and I will see you in the next one.